Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Academic Task 1 Daily Writing Clinic. Now, this week we'll be looking at body paragraphs for mixed charts. So recently we've been taking our time going through different types of Task 1. Last week we looked at body paragraphs for line charts. So this week we're moving on and looking at mixed charts. So mixed charts is when they have two different types of chart in the Task 1. So this may be a pie chart and a table. It could be a bar chart and a pie chart. It's when they mix the different types of charts. Now, just before we jump into this week's session, there are some things that I would like to remind you of. Now, first, it is really important that you follow the course, follow all of the strategies on the course, and get used to using them. Then, when you need or when you feel like you want some extra practice, come and watch some of these Daily Writing Clinic videos. Use the skills and the strategies that you've learned from the course, and then practice them by commenting on some of these tasks. Now, even if you don't comment, it is really worthwhile coming to look at these Daily Writing Clinics to watch the global feedback videos. You can listen to the global feedback videos, listen to the advice there, and think about how you can use that advice to improve your own writing. So this session will be open for you to comment on for the next week, and next Wednesday I will come back and post a global feedback video. The link for that video I will post just below this video, so it's very easy for you to find. And please remember that the feedback is global. So I'll be taking a look at some of the comments, picking out some of the really good things people are doing, and picking out some of the things that we need to change or improve. Now, remember that there is no individual feedback. That, of course, is what the essay correction service is for. So if you're looking for detailed feedback on your paragraph, I would really suggest sending an essay correction. All right, so let's jump into this week's mixed chart. Okay, so this mixed chart here, as you can see, consists of a line chart and a small table. The graph and table below show the average monthly temperatures and the average number of hours of sunshine per year in 3 major cities. See if I can zoom in a little here. All right, so I've zoomed in a little bit. That's a little better. It's easier to see. So looking at this chart first, now on the left here, we can see Celsius. Now, remember, when you are reporting the data, if we can't see what the exact figure is, we must use an approximation. So looking at this blue line, New York, 5 degrees. It's not quite 5 degrees there, so we would have to say just below 5 degrees or around 5 degrees. Same with this yellow line, London, and this red line just above 25. So it's really important that we use approximations. Okay. Now for this exercise, we are not thinking about a paraphrase, so don't worry about that. Now, it may be useful for you to think about an overview. That's always good practice. But again, in the comments, please don't write overviews. So remember that the overview, if you're thinking about one, needs to describe the main idea from this chart and the main idea from this chart. All right, and some things for us to think about when writing the main body paragraphs. First, how will you logically group the data? So we need to have 2 main body paragraphs. How will you logically group the data? Make sure your data is accurate. This is one reason approximations are so important. If you have any inaccurate data, it's very, very difficult, if not impossible, to get higher than a band 6 in task response. And we should also think about comparisons. So here where it says, make comparisons where relevant. So where relevant, this is very important. Make sure your comparisons make sense. So for example, there's no point comparing number of hours of sunshine for Sydney with the monthly temperature of London. So that type of comparison doesn't make sense. So think about what comparisons you would make. And most importantly, think about these noun phrases. Average monthly temperatures, average number of hours. Could even be the full average number of hours of sunshine per year. So quite a lot of paraphrasing here. Okay, and also think about your synonyms. Average monthly temperatures, very difficult to use a synonym for this one. We could possibly paraphrase, but this type of thing is what usually stays the same. So we don't find synonyms for it. We don't paraphrase it. Generally, leave it as is, average monthly temperatures. Celsius, there is no synonym for Celsius. You're not expected to convert it to Fahrenheit or anything like that. And make sure you're recording or you're writing about the correct city. So the red line is Sydney, but make sure you're writing about Sydney. Don't mix up the lines and talk about New York. So total annual hours of sunshine for London, New York, and Sydney. So when we have mixed charts, you can see that there is a lot to think about, a lot to take into consideration. All right, so I really look forward to reading your comments over the next week. I've been very impressed with the comments on both Task 1 and vocab clinics, so you're doing very, very well. And I'll come back next week and make a global feedback video. So I look forward to reading your comments, and thanks everybody for participating.